road yet? Back again, and today, Premier League action. Kind of a rare one in this series, isn't it? I do prefer lower league, I do. Often with Premier League, I do wait for general sale, and a lot of the time, they do sell out. But before we get into today, did you check out last week's On the Road? We went deep into the English football pyramid for the kickoff of this season. Admittedly, the game weren't really cooking, and unfortunately, neither were the burgers. So after this, why not check it out? And if you're into these videos, there's a whole playlist as well, over 100 grounds we've been to, possibly yours as well. So go binge. But before that, we've got a 3.5 hour drive to do, haven't we? Because we're going to a place called Name, Wolverhampton Wanderers. That's right, I said it all. And they were founded in 1877. And to my daughter, this lot are actually known as...
Who's that? Batman, also known as Wolves or Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Yeah, she predicted they'd come second in the Premier League this year as they face up to a newly promoted Fulham side at their home ground of Molineux, which has a total capacity of 32,050. Little fact for you, my first ever Sabutia team was actually Wolves. I don't want any questions around it, just understand that it's true. So we're currently in the old Manor of Greys to pick up our guest for today. You know this place, it's Broadway. It's probably worth noting since the last trip here, the short Barkenside's dog grooming place has now gone on the corner here. It's now Don P's. So if you want East London bagels, shakes and cakes, that's the place to go. So yeah, Perry, sort me out next time I'm in, yeah? Now normally we chuck a left here down to the width restriction that nobody wants to go through apart from myself and any other car that's there at that time. However, it's not happening today. We're going to have to wait another week or so until we see that, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. We're chucking it right, where we eventually pull up on a double yellow line. That's bad, Smiv. We're at Gray's Food Centre, where Mehmet's picking up some fresh fruit for the week. His old dear loves the plums from here. Our guest for the day is about to walk... No, that's not him. Let's try again. Our guest for the day walks out. If you don't know who this is, it's Tomo from Palmer's FC.
Thought we finished all the film in Malarkey.
No, you go back, come back and then say hello.
Hello, mate.
Hello, you're right. So we've set off and we're heading through Gray's Town Centre, which quickly dumps us onto the big bad boy M25, through a tunnel which there was light at the end of, and onto the M1 which tells us we're going towards the north, although there is traffic. You take the piss, mate. You can't park there. Now the news, I continue to be a big fan, massive fan, huge fan of these things, and then we have to stop off at Watford Gap, which is nowhere near Watford. And these Royal Mail lorries, it's a sign.
I actually wanted to be a postman when I was younger as well.
I think that'd be a great job.
I was like the best paper boy you could ever imagine, so natural progression was postman.
Told ya. I wonder if I'll ever secure my dream. I've applied so many times. One day maybe as Tomo dashes off for a piss, and as I say no to any sort of food, I shall join him. Maybe stop here. On the road, yeah, back again. Very quickly, we're churning through this 3.5 hour journey onto the M6 now, as we see our first sign for Wolverhampton. We're actually turning off. Accident, M5 it is. We're doing a loop round, a flip flap, a bendy wendy. And just like that, we're in Wolverhampton. Look at the shirts. Now in terms of parking, I pre-booked. I booked up someone's driveway. Only £6. Thought it was a bargain. I'm not going to lie, that did feel weird driving onto a stranger's driveway. Half expected someone to come out and say hi, but they don't do that. Just park up, switch off and go. There you have it. See you later. That's £6 on parking. Because at this moment, I try and download the tickets that are in the email, but they're not downloading. What's going on? You can tell we're further up the country. £5 for a car wash. I charge a tenner down here. As we pass the Leaping Wolf. We're going to sign Molineux Stadium, and the sign didn't lie. It's right in front of us. As we cross the road, it's a bit off for a scarf, mate. No, he just swings it around. I know he's going to swing it around. Anyway, what am I going to do about these tickets? My phone's now switched off. It's actually too hot. Nope, it's back on. Now I can't get any signal. Sod this. Into the ticket office we go. These places are normally heaving. Instead, seen straight away today, where I'm currently on edge. Wow. Eventually, tickets were printed off. £44 spent. With 25 minutes to kick off, it's time to find the entrance and get something to eat. I've always said Wolves are orange. I guess that's the older kids. These days, more amber. Either way, plenty of shades out in falls today. I didn't see one Doritos kit though. Shame. We eventually get round to the Steve Ball stand, which is where we're sitting today. But the queues to get in are heaving. Chances of food probably slim, so we're going to go here. I was waiting in the queue. I'm getting rid of notifications, including emails, and I see this one. And that driveway I parked on, no longer available. Got the email at 9:30 this morning. I wasn't checking my emails on a Saturday morning. I was getting ready to leave for the Midlands. Basically, I've just rocked up on some random person's driveway. What do I do? Gonna have to deal with it later. And deal with this right now. Cheeseburger and onions for me. Plus a water. That's £8 on the food and drink. 5 minutes to kick off, and it's still like this. Reminds me of White Hart Lane. Anyway, I've taken a couple of bites into the burger, and I'll let you know how that went down at the end of the video. Can of water. It's still a strange concept, but we'll get used to it eventually. Oh, hello, mate. How you been? No, really. How you fully been? Eventually, the queues go down. How did the turnstile sound? Welcome to the concourse. Here are your toilets. And at 5:02, somehow we made kickoff. So as we head through a blurry gangway, up some steps, down row Y, and here is our view. Just let you know, it's the hottest day since that hottest day. They're throwing out the flames, which you can actually feel from here. Now those flags, lots of flags, and a big Batman sign in the middle of the field. Oh, off it goes. Jeff Beck, take it away. That bit in the corner is absolutely brutal. I'd call it the all-weather section. They get everything. Mind you, so does the bottom half of this tier. Yo, Wolves, assemble. In other news, legroom, worse than Northampton's. Actually, tell a lie, that was piss poor, wasn't it? Still, not quite economy on Ryanair. Also, hairy hot dogs or legs. I've got a couple of photos of the football, but no signal to upload it. Tom, on the other hand, has got plenty. He's got this down as a 2-1 win for Wolves. In case you hadn't noticed in the background, we have kicked off, and early signs look good.
You're in. He's in. He's in. Bang. Oh, yes. 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 Oh, my God.
Even if it had gone in, would have been offside. Not that they flagged. These new rules. Like a manual checkout at Tesco, these line will be redundant soon. But what's that? Not even 5 minutes on the clock. Wolves should be one up at least. It's basically shoot on sight at the moment. And the stewards, they're missing it all. Justice for stewards at Molineux is not a thing. And core blimey, it's hot, innit? So hot that we're taking a water break. And soon after, trend of the game continues. Pretty much an open goal at this point.
Oh my word! How's he missed?
I'm at the game, we just missed an open goal. Ronaldo's better than Messi. When it comes to chances, all Wolves really, innit? This, however, a bit disappointing, wasn't it? Has to be said, there's been some niggly fouls in this game. 2 Wolves players already been shown a slice of cheese. However, it has taken Fulham 44 minutes to get one. They're not up for this today. They're not that hungry. Now, my friends, it's half time, and it did just cross my mind we could potentially be doing a 7-hour round trip for a 0-0. Nah, wouldn't happen. This is everything I'm against. I don't like doing this at half time because you know the crowds are going to be there. But we need water or something, and it's not going to happen right now. So the plan is wait for the second half to kick off, then go. But once this statement is actually true, the sprinklers are out because this place is so hot. Like, ridiculously hot. I can't think what these guys are going through right now. I was probably ordering a pie and a bit of sunstroke. With all that said, big shout out to the groundsman for keeping the beautiful game looking beautiful. And literally, I have nothing else to do right now other than look at the floor and drown in my own sweat. Justice for bloody stewards, please. Good news is players are back on their way out, which means I'm going to be able to go down and get a drink, hopefully. Fans are making their way back to their seats, which means Lego. They pretty much sold out of everything. The closest to what was this? Oasis 0. Sod it. Let's grab 2. That's £5.50. I was then back up in time for this substitution as Gonzalo Guedes makes his debut. And there is confirmation of that, brought to you, of course, by the largest selection of wall and floor tiles in the UK. I've seen so many back heels and flicks that aren't paying off today. Meanwhile, the crowd doing their best to keep it lively. Jim down there on photos is packing. Got a couple of big ones, in fact. One in particular I can only describe as West Ham. Still hot over there, innit? So much so, Bobby Boucher's about to have his work cut out. Goalkeepers, though, not invited to the water break party. Ovdje je ancora mnie osemele. Você está me dizendo. Poczekaj. Rozumie po slovenski? Claro. O também aponto para as coisas. Então pareço pouco ocupado. And we're back. And I just want to let you know that the Megastore is open after today's game. Sounds tempting. Tomo, do you want to go to the Megastore after the game? Oh, well, 75 on the clock, and that 7 is doing a real good job of looking like a 9. Ah, Dama's back. How was Spain, my friend? Bongo camps. So good, right? Yeah, I know. According to the largest selection of wall and floor tiles in the UK, attendance today was 31,178. Into the last 10, and not much has really happened in this second half, he says.
Oh, no.
If anyone was going to take points from this, it should have been Wolves. I do actually prefer Messi to Ronaldo, though. And stepping up, the man who got a brace against Liverpool, along with 43 goals in 44 appearances in the Championship, is Alexander Mitrovic, and I've got him down to score at least 10 this year. Will this be the third? O como penalidade no cofre de manhã. Vidim. Afternoon, officer. I'd like to report something. It's very hot. And Tomo's currently watching horse racing. That's what you do with signal in a football stadium. As I look up, Kenny down there is getting an extra drink in. I'll let him off. He's number 2. But Fulham, little bit of time wasting. 1 minute Bobby Reed's down. The next minute is a spring chicken. But the time wasting continues. Oh, Kenny. Guys, chill. I repeat, the Megastore is open after today's game. So this time, injury does see a substitution. Forgot to mention the Oasis was quite nice. Most of these sort of drinks leave your mouth dry, which is so backwards. But this one passes the test. With 7 minutes added on, Wolves press forward, looking for a goal. There's a foul in the build-up, and Dave, he's going to beat someone up in a minute. He's got to go, ref. He's got to go. He doesn't go, though. He doesn't. Cheese. He's Karen, the Fulham supporter liaison officer. It's got very loud, isn't it? Especially in this second half. I think people are frustrated. Must be the heat. People in the corner there must be gasping for some sort of beverage. Apparently, they sold out of water. Luckily, I got some. Popped my head over the bar and there was 1 bottle left. Did you pay for it? Because I'll be running after you. Oh, no. I pay my way. Claim it back as an expense, mind you. But yeah, I pay my way. I live near Parsons Green. I feel like Wolves don't have much height, which is great because they keep lofting balls into the box. Surprisingly, they haven't scored today. And so I guess it's time for this lot to beat the rush. See you next time, mate. You going Tottenham game? Nah, sod that. Train strikes. Never win anything in the lottery. Maybe it's time I sign up to the Wolves lottery. There's prizes won every week, just like the lottery. Stand up if you fight 5 minutes ago. That stunk. Oh, it was you. People in front have gone so I can stretch my hairy legs out. It's like an exit seat on a BA flight. Well, absolute bliss. Everyone's an expert, aren't they? Basically, it contains a chemical called chlorophyll. It absorbs light at 2 wavelengths, both red and blue. And that is why grass is green. And on that note... So I can confirm, yeah, 7-hour round trip for a 0-0. It weren't all bad, though. We got to see, should we rate this experience? Let's. And up first is atmosphere. How was it at Molineux? Well, it weren't too bad, to be fair. Didn't really see the Fulham fans. They were actually below us. Not a lot for either side to get excited about. As I said, it was very, very hot as well. I reckon a lot of people were half asleep in that ground. Having said that, overall, it wasn't too bad. I'm going to go with 3 stars. Up next, facilities. How was it at Molineux? Liked it. I guess its downfall is it didn't really feel unique. It just felt like another football stadium, but I do like football stadiums. Anything between 30 and 40k, you're going to get a nice little ground. Chuck it in amongst the White Hart Lanes, the Highbury's, the Upton Parks, the Goodison Parks. That one's still standing. Got to go there. Yeah, I think overall for this one, we're going to go 3.5 stars. Next up, we're talking food and drink. Pretty much impossible to get it inside the ground without queuing for an eternity, let's say. Would have been nice to try a pie or something, but it wasn't available when I went back. It was outside the ground. We had a burger, cheeseburger, grated cheese. That was a good touch. The onions were soggy, but the burger was a little bit dry. Obviously, after last week's debacle, I appreciated that it was cooked. Definitely not the best burger I've ever had. We're going to go 3.5 stars again. And finally, we're talking cost. £44 to see a 0-0. It's quite expensive, but on the other hand, we could have seen a 2-2, back and forth, ding-dong, Danny Dyer, DuckTales, a woo-woo. But £44 for a game of football. Premier League football. You guys want me to go to these places? Listen, I've paid more. I paid more before. But that doesn't mean £44 is acceptable. And considering what we got for that £44, I'm going to go 2 stars. And so when we add that up, it comes to 12 stars. They're top of the league for this season so far. And if they end up winning it, then it's going to be a terrible season for watching football, isn't it? The Jammy get down in front, captain Jesus, didn't he? Fulham applaud their fans. We're going to get out of here. Very slowly. So slowly that we sit back down. And look what I got. It's an on-the-road sticker. They're not for sale at the moment, unfortunately. Although I am looking to get more in. Also need to revamp the website. Owen, if you're watching, help me out, please. Because we do get out of here. Plenty of names on the wall. I actually think MK Dons is waiting for my name on the wall. Content, but more importantly right now, way out. And I'll tell you why it's important. Because right now my car is illegally parked on someone's driveway. Anyway, Molineux, thank you. On another day, it could have been real tip-top. Today, though, we know. It was hot. All right, we're doing this. What's going to happen here? Well, as we approach the scene, the car is still on the driveway. No clamps either. Let's get out of here. As we get in, 40 degrees. It's hot, isn't it? Now, to be fair, I did knock on this door to try and give him some money, but no answer. So I'm not going to hang about. We are out of here. There's another Premier League round ticked off. I've still got lots to do, to be fair. I'm yet to be ridiculously wowed by one, and I'm fairly certain there isn't a 20-star ground in England. However, do let me know if you disagree, and do let me know where you think I should go next. Just want to say a massive thank you for everyone that hung on and supported the last video. Continue to do so with this one by dropping a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one. Apparently asparagus makes your wee smell, but I'm loving it right now, so I don't care. Not the smell of my wee, the asparagus. It's lovely.